Leicester, Great Britain. De Montfort Hall. 24th of February, 1980, Sunday. Peter Gabriel.
Peter plays with politics and passion. Concert Review by LYNN HANNA.
The sound of Supertramp is switched off. The house lights are left on. Skeins of synthesizer drift through the speakers, backed by empty echoes of percussion and static drips of electronic sound. There is silence. The IT starts again. And stops. The house lights dim. On cue, the audience start cheering. And handheld spotlights start spearing the hall, bleaching one odd face after another. Men are moving through the audience, their lights continually exposing slices of the crowd. It's unnerving. You wonder, will it hit me? As the haphazard procession converges on the stage, they beam their lights briefly onto their own faces, between thin fluorescent tubes among slim stalks that support small stage lights. Peter Gabriel and his group start playing. It is the most impressive start to any concert I've seen. It is not merely spectacle. On stage, Gabriel is dressed identically to the rest of his group in a black boiler suit striped asymmetrically with white. He has short hair and a smooth face. Whether he is running, jogging, kneeling, or seated on stage with his head held in his hands, his movements are economically controlled. He has a still, seemingly inscrutable center, the dancer's ability to make each gesture pregnant with import. Even when he turns his back, he's riveting. He is the perfect performer. Although Mother of Violence is superb, the childish ululations at the end exquisitely chilling, and On the Air blazes brilliantly, I'll pass over the old material. His new songs are stunning. The clue to them and him is in a song, which since I didn't catch the title, I'll call Punishment and Learning. He explains that it is based on the famous American experiment in which volunteers were split into teachers and learners. The teachers were told to assist the pupils by administering punishment in the form of electric shock. It was discovered that 63% of the volunteers were prepared to administer charges of 450 volts, which would have severely damaged or exterminated the learner. Unbeknown to the teachers, the learners were actors simulating pain. It shows just how far they'd go before questioning authority. It also shows something about Gabriel himself, because during the concert, Peter Gabriel is an authority. He knows it, and he's using his position with immense intelligence and laudable integrity. That is why between each song he jokes with the audience, talking calmly and naturally. That is why he fellows a song with the disturbing emotional intensity and ultimately manipulative pulver of punishment and learning with the release and relief modern love. And that is why at the beginning of the evening the group illuminated and involved the audience. Gabriel isn't shedding his responsibility, he's sharing it. He goes one step further. He gives himself. During Games Without Frontiers, he is plainly nervous. He sings scrappily, makes spluttering attempts at mime, loses control of his careful external incarnation. At first, I think he's scared of the song's success, but he nods curtly to the drummer who continues to beat, approaches the edge of the stage, and falls face first into the audience. This reveals more than the fact that does care that he needs approval as much as possibly more so than the rest of us. It is a conscious admission of his own essential self. It also makes sense that the Genesis nursery rhymes and tales, the reference to games, toys, and the paraphernalia of childhood that are still splattered in his work. Whilst Gabriel has retained a child's porous, penetrating perception, he also still has a child's acute sensibility that is easily squashed. Revealing himself as an act of courage for a man who uses his performance as protection. His new work is immediate, mature, direct, and devastating. Sound and sight are often inseparable. Both involve the frequent use of contrast. The texture ranges from the simple strip sound of piano, voice, and percussion to the full, colorful blend of whole band. More than ever, he's using his music as a measured medium to transmit his own intellect and emotion. If this also implies instruction, it is only in the sense that his work demands thought. He introduces each song carefully, but it's hard to assimilate their full import on his hearing. Family Snapshot deals, I suspect, broadly with American politics, specifically with the death of John Kennedy as seen through the eyes of the president's assassin. In another new song, he becomes a passive incarnation of an asylum inmate, and the sound changes from a calm stream of gentle piano and trickling xylophone to lost, unearthly screams of unbearable orchestrated angst. He finishes the set with Biko, an ethnic rhythmic chant in which he uses his immense power as a performer to deliver an explicit, intensively moving indictment of apartheid based on the death of Steve Biko. You can blow out a candle, but you can't blow out a fire. The song is also a simple, forceful tribute that is rich with pure, fierce sorrow, and I can't have been the only person present who was fighting back bitter tears. Gabriel has stopped telling tales, playing hide and seek, dressing up his ideas in amusing disguises. He now says what he means and means what he says. Peter Gabriel has grown up. LYNN HANNA. A word of explanation from the creator of this material. The song that LYNN HANNA mentions in her review and gives it the title Punishment and Learning is actually We Do What We're Told, Milgram's 37, and would not be released until the album, so in 1986.
Lottie plays with Jane plays with Willie is happy again. Suki plays with Leo, Sasha plays with Brit. Adam builds a bonfire, Enrico plays with him.